Okay, introduce yourself, please.
I'm Wendy King from Mount Vernon Elementary School, and I'm going to be talking about using the flip camera in the classroom. The flip cam. And mine was kind of like what you said, it just kind of fell in your lap. It was not a plan by any means.
So you had the technology, and you had a little bit of training. You were fiddled with it a little bit, and you're saying to yourself, "What am I going to do with this thing?"
What am I going to do?
So the project came to you.
The project came to
class.
me basically because of my kids. I use a lot of media in my classroom. I'm all the time doing, like Schoolhouse Rock videos, Teacher Tube, those kind of things. And my kids are very media driven. Like they love watching videos. They love watching, just any kind of little funny clip. I'm teaching the preamble. I show a clip with Barney Fife. We're just trying to say the preamble, and he's asking Andy to help him. He's like, "We," and he pauses, and I've got that on here. That is me. And they love those kind of little things. So, long story short, I was thinking, what am I going to do that's out of the box, different thinking? And my kids we were kind of finishing up. It was one of those days where we'd gotten as far as I needed to go in the curriculum and to stop. I didn't want to go any further. I did because I've got 2 classes of social studies. I do social studies and English. So it was at one of those points where I covered all I wanted to cover and kind of review. So I was letting them watch Schoolhouse Rock videos. And they were like, "Oh, these are great. Can we watch another one?" And I said, "No, we've not covered that. We're not watching anymore. Please, Miss Wendy, please let us watch some more." And I said, we're not, no. But you can make your own, and it just kind of fell into my lap. And so instead of, I didn't want to get into any copywriting infringements, so instead of Schoolhouse Rock, we changed it to Rock in the Schoolhouse. And we basically, reasons your students will flip for the flip camera, kind of just things. It's fun. I mean, my kids, instantly, if I pull out my flip cam, they know it's going to be something off the cuff, something fun. And this is not what I wanted. And these are examples that I use constantly with my kids. This is not what I want my classroom to look like, feel like, sound like, in any means. And I'll just show you a little clip of this, but I use this. I use clips like this because my kids, I've got 5th graders, and I did this a lot when I had 9th graders. This captivates them. If I say, "I don't want you looking at me like that," if ever I'm teaching a lesson and you have drool coming out the side of your mouth, I'm not doing my job. So I try to hook them, and I do little lead-ins like this. And so I thought at the Technology Institute, some of these kids' faces are just priceless. So we actually lead she's like, "I would rather be dead than to be here listening to this."
That's from Teacher Tube?
Yeah, School Tube. Yeah, School Tube. And School Tube I found has a little more, since we can't access YouTube, they've got a little more selection, I think. But that's one of the sample little clips. Yeah, School Tube.
Is it a .com or .com?
It's a .com. And I do a thing called the think tank in my classroom. And basically, when I say think tank, they know that they are to only be thinking and they're not to be talking. And I just want them thinking. I don't want them writing at that point. I just want them thinking. So, whatever, silly illustration I have to do for the day, turn on your brain, turn off your lips, lock them up, throw them away, funny things. But I have them, like what I did to start off this lesson was I said, think of popular songs that you hear on the radio. Well, of course, you've got hands raising. I'm like, no, think. I don't want any responses, just think. And so, of course, one little girl, I started calling on them at random, and the Justin Bieber craze. 5th grade girls love Justin Bieber. And so I called on her and I said, "What song are you thinking of right now?" And she said, "Baby, baby, baby, oh." And so my whole class starts laughing, and I think, okay, I've either lost them or I've really got them. One of the two. And so I had them jot down all the songs they were thinking of, anything with a catchy beat. And then I said, what I want you to do is I want you to go through our history book, what we've covered from the beginning of the school year until now. how can we plug in important, because we talked about what Schoolhouse Rock does. They take factual information that's important for us to recall, it's that core content that we need, things that we're supposed to remember because they're important, and they put it to catchy phrases. So I had them thinking of the song, and most all of them, came up with a good long list. And then I showed, little clips. So for the purpose of just the Institute, I've got little Schoolhouse Rock clips. I've got this little clip, like I was telling you. This is the problem that I ran into, though, and this is just for my personal growth. I couldn't get my flip cam to convert, which I know that's where you are saying load it to YouTube, but I downloaded a converter that was free, but it had the watermark because it's an unregistered version. I had to pay for it. So what would you suggest, since I can't log on to YouTube in my school?
There's an online service called Zamzar that is really good.
It's called what?
Zamzar, Zamzar, I think that's what it's called. And you can actually convert to lots and lots of formats using that.
There was a teacher that I worked with. She found a website where you could find the converter to convert it. She just Googled it. She found it.
Because see, this one, and I pulled this off of YouTube, and I actually had this saved on my laptop, so I don't have to worry about the viewer and that watermark. But I ran into, I'm having to download any videos I see from YouTube, and I'm having to somehow convert them to show. So if I knew how to do that, those Zamzar, that would definitely help. But my kids, they love little technology bits like this, and they're hooked instantly. So that's where he's doing the little freaking. But every year I start out and I do like little learning style activities with my kids, and I was shocked this year, I guess more so than any other year, of all the kids that, based on their rating scales, were musically or rhythmically inclined. So that might be why this went off with such a great little, I guess, success. But they took all of these words and they chose the time period, and like I made sure that around the room we didn't have 5 people doing Native Americans, because that was easy, and that's I wanted these to actually be usable and to use them as a review. So they had to approve their choice through me, and then they started basically. This is a picture of my room. It's like a little video. So my room is a movie theater room anyway. So everything I do is like staged little things. And then the kids wrote these songs, and I was amazed at how, they loved doing the activity. They were having such good debates, and they would say things like, you can't say Native Americans were here because they didn't live there. Look at the time period. So they were really able to, not just making sure it rhymed, and not making sure, they were really discussing, very much so, more so than any discussion that we've ever had in class. So I wish you could hear. Oh wait, go back. I don't know, where is your volume? Because their little songs are so cute.
Up there.
This is about Paul Revere.
Knocked on every door to warn the British are a-coming. Everyone get up and feed your guns some power. We will win this war to get our independence. Paul Revere, keep it up. Paul Revere, let's win this. Let's get General Washington and get his soldiers ready. We are united nation, it's our mission. We don't want to.
But if I could get the converter.
But PowerPoint's coming on right.
Oh yeah.
Now, what was the problem? You had your flip cam?
My flip cam was MP4 and PowerPoint won't recognize. I couldn't load it straight from my flip cam to the PowerPoint. So I had to try to I found this little, just for the sake of today, I didn't want to not have video. So, and I thought, well, this will be easier than having to open up my video. And this little group, it was so funny because it was, 2 girls, and they didn't know a lot about ammo at the time of Paul Revere, and they were like, get your bullets ready. And then this little girl said, wait, did they have bullets? Oh, wait, maybe they